Star Wars 7x7 Season 2, Episode 9. It is the 1st of July, so let's do something we haven't done in a while. Let's talk about what is coming in the world of Star Wars storytelling for the month of July 2025. Punch it! Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod, and this is Star Wars 7x7, your dose of podcast Star Wars joy, and thank you so much for joining me for it. So happy July to you. It is the 1st of July 2025, and here's what is happening in the world of Star Wars storytelling, things that we have to look forward to. First of all, we will start, as we usually do with these episodes, with movies. So the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is in post-production right now, still targeting a Memorial Day weekend 2026 release date. Might we see a teaser trailer for the general public this month? Yes, it's certainly possible because of something we'll be talking about in the live event section of this episode. But yeah, I do think that is, I'll say, a better than even possibility situation. And then the Ryan Gosling Star Wars Starfighter movie is also in pre-production. It's supposed to be, I think, shooting in September, if I remember correctly. So they should be getting that all wrapped up soon enough. And then as for the rest of the movies, well, yeah, I think we can cover them in detail on another episode, but they are all in various stages of development. The Rey movie, the Dawn of the Jedi movie, the Mandoverse movie, the Lando movie, right? There are a lot that we could count about. But yeah, let's save that for another episode. On the live action storytelling front, the Ahsoka series season 2 is currently filming, so that's very cool, targeting a 2026 release. There are rumors bouncing around right now that an Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 is in development. I don't know how reliable these rumors are, but I will say that a lot of the people involved in it, including Ewan McGregor, have said that they are very interested, and if the right idea comes along, that they are totally down to do it. So it's not outside the realm of possibility, but it's still very much a rumor kicking around right now. The other series to be talking about is Andor, because on July 15th, we're going to find out about the Emmy nominations. Andor has been submitted in something like 23 categories, and I think it's probably also going to get represented at a live event situation that we're going to be discussing momentarily. As far as other Star Wars live action series, yeah, everything is speculation at this point. On the animation front, we know we're getting Star Wars Visions in October, so we're just kind of waiting for that. And the Maul Shadow Lord series is in development, the one that was announced at Star Wars Celebration earlier this year, but we're not going to see that until next year, so it's just a bunch of animated series in development. On the books side of the house, we have one book coming out. It is a High Republic Acolyte tie-in. It's called The Crystal Crown. It is a young adult novel by Tessa Gratton, and we're not getting an audiobook version of it until October, so there's actually no audiobook releases of note this month. On the short story front, there's also no release coming. We are right in between where issues of Star Wars Insider magazine are dropping. One dropped at the end of June, and another one will be dropping in August. And then on the comic book front, yeah, it's a busy month as always. For the ongoing Marvel series, it's Jedi Knights number 5, Legacy of Vader 6, Star Wars Volume 3, Issue 3, and Dr. Aphra Chaos Agent, so this is also Volume 3 for her, and that's issue number 2. On the Dark Horse Comics side, Hyperspace Stories is getting a few issues of different limited series. So Codebreaker issue 2, that's a Poe Dameron story. The Bad Batch Ghost Agents, that's going to be issue 5 of 5. And Tides of Terror, which is a prequel era one, that is getting issue number 1 of 4. And then finally, the High Republic is concluding its comic run, or at least this phase of its comic run, right, with a one-shot called The Finale from Marvel, and the final issue, number 20, of the High Republic Adventures. For new programs coming to Disney Plus in streaming, there's not been anything announced for the month of July, so yeah, we'll see if anything surprises us. On the video game front, we are currently holding our breath for the release of Zero Company next year and the announcement of Battlefront 3, if that actually is a thing, based on all of the energy that's being put into Battlefront 2 right now and trying to convince the powers that be that they should make a Battlefront 3. On the virtual reality front, they finally announced something. So Star Wars Beyond Victory was announced at Star Wars Celebration with no anticipated release date, but we're probably going to find out little drips and drabs about it here and there. And finally, on the event front, one of the biggest events of the year is happening this month. It is San Diego Comic-Con, happening at the end of the month. So Lucasfilm will have a pavilion at San Diego Comic-Con, and it is likely going to feature a lot of stuff about Andor, concept art and costumes and that sort of thing. Last year, it had a bunch of Ahsoka stuff, so it makes sense that they would do a bunch of Andor stuff, especially since they are campaigning really hard for the Emmy Awards this year. And the thing I mentioned about a possible Mandalorian and Grogu teaser trailer, I don't know if it's actually going to be an event for San Diego Comic-Con necessarily, so much as it could be something they drop during Comic-Con just because that's the right time for it. And then the other thing that isn't known yet, but is probably coming, is that there's going to be some sort of Lucasfilm publishing panel at San Diego Comic-Con. They haven't announced any programming there. If you go to the website, it just says check back for it. But based on past history, publishing will likely have a panel at San Diego Comic-Con. And so that's everything you've got to look forward to in the world of Star Wars storytelling for the month of July 2025. And that is going to do it for this episode of the podcast. And it just remains for me to say thank you so much for joining me for this episode. As always, and may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be.
7x7 is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited, or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the Force be with them. All original content is copyright by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.